Hello friends, this demonstration continues our exploration of CMK, which is Collaboration Messaging Framework. However, we will focus on extending B2B messaging in this session. If you haven't watched my previous video on this subject, I recommend checking it out for better clarity and a more detailed explanation. So, agenda of today's session is changing the existing pure data model. Then we will extract the transformation message from existing message definition. Then we'll create a new external message definition, which is going to be a custom one. Duplicate a new collaboration message definition with a new XSL file. We'll do some settings on the trading partner service provider. And then we'll create or change the purchase order to test our working. This session, I'm going to demonstrate how to extend B2B messaging. So let's understand what is extending here. Now take an example. Oracle is providing you purchase order in a standard format, and we are sending it to the service provider, trading partner, or supplier basically. But then there is a requirement from your supplier to provide additional attributes, and those attributes aren't there in this payload. So for that reason, you need to extend your BI publisher report or XSL file so that those information can go out as a B2B messaging to the supplier. So let's go to the reporting first. Now, in order to do any customization to the data model, first of all, you have to take a copy and put it in the custom folder. Once you put it in the custom folder, you should be able to see, you'll be able to change it, because what will happen if tomorrow Oracle overrides, they won't be touching your custom folder, custom data model. So take an example of this one. You have to come to procurement, come to purchasing. Within purchasing, you'll find the data model. So you can just copy this particular folder structure as it is. Yeah, just expand this one. I'll show you. Now we need this purchase order data model, right? So what I've done is I've just copied the whole data model into the custom folder. Can you see? You have to retain the folder structure properly. Okay, so I'll show you one more point actually, like how do you know whether you're pointing to the proper data model, right? So if you come to the procurement, purchasing, this report, so Oracle knows the moment you put your folder structure, you copy the whole structure data model into the custom folder. Oracle will always check the custom folder first. Since you have already copied there, you can check where exactly you are pointing to, right? So Oracle automatically changes the pointer. Right, now coming back to the query. So we'll go to custom folder, we'll come to purchase order data model, click on that one. Right. If you see on the left hand side, you'll find all this data model, all the SQL scripts, right? So the one which we have to consider is last four basically: the PDF draft purchase order header, purchase order line location, order distributions. So these are the four we have to make sure is there basically. So what So what's going to happen is, now let's say if you want to add any attribute to to the header level or the line level or the distribution level, you have to click on the respective query basically. I'll show you. I've just clicked on the respective query, and if you see, I've added this attribute 1. You'll find attribute 1 here somewhere. Yeah, this is the one. So this is not the new attribute I've added, but you can add your new attribute. The process will remain the same. Now this attribute was not getting passed on to the trading partner. So I have highlighted this one. I've configured this as a descriptive flex field, so I can capture that information. I can make sure the information is passed on to the trading partner. Okay, so this is the attribute 1 which we are focusing on right now. Okay, so as I said, these are the 4 elements which are going to be part of the purchase order. All these four queries basically, which forms the B2B messaging. Right, now come back to the message collaboration screen basically. Now, if you haven't seen my part 1, you have to revisit that part 1 before coming to part 2, because that is likely more detail about each and every form. So yeah, I would suggest actually walk through that part 1 first. Now we have to create see we have to create external message definition and collaboration message definition, right? Now, since we have already added a new attribute, the first thing actually we have to do it is to pick it up the message protocol which we are using right now. So I am using OAGS for purchase order outbound. Okay, so this is the one and this is the customization which I'm going to discuss further basically later on. So this is the one actually I was using, OHGS GIS 10.1 process payout. All you have to do is basically click on this one and export the transformation message. Moment you export the transformation message, you will find it will come to your download folder. And you can unzip it. So if you unzip it, it will have 3 different folders: payload template, XSD, XSL. So you're not touching any of them except for XSL. Okay, so this is the one actually which I've used, I've opened in my Visual Code. Okay, so if you just keep hovering your mouse, keep scrolling down, you'll find all this information. Come to the point actually where it starts talking about header information, because this is going to be header information, purchase order header. Okay, now come down and you can add your attribute, your new attribute, anywhere in this area basically, because it's talking about purchase order. All you have to do is basically just you can just copy this one and then rename this attribute as attribute 1 and try and match it with the column name which we have created in our BI publisher report data model. So all I've done is I've just added these four lines basically. Okay, so if test equals to tns/ns1 attribute 1, then get the value from this particular attribute, and then this is need to be mapped to OA colon attribute 1. Okay, once we have done, save the file, and then we'll come back. So we need to come back to the external definition. I'll show you the external definition which I've copied. I'm just going to be copying exactly the same what we had, what Oracle has provided to us, but that's going to be user defined. Sorry, I'm just going to put message as well. So now if you see, like I've just copied this one, and Oracle automatically suffixes with underscore CUSD and user defined as it will automatically mark as user defined if it's not seeded. And I've just copied all the attributes as it is. There's no change to it. All the attributes are as it is. So I've created another version of external message definition. Now this next step is you have to come to collaboration message definition. The only advantage of this screen is Oracle has provided you the duplicate function, whereas they have not provided duplicate function in external definition. So you have to manually key in. In this case, you can create a duplicate. Yeah. So I've created duplicate. So what happens is when you create a duplicate, you just name it differently, XX underscore or whatever, and then you have you have to choose your XSL file. So the XSL file which we have selected is going to be coming from this folder, the one which we already created. Okay, so we have already created this XSX, like a XSL file, uploaded that one into against this particular XXOAGIS 10.1. So now, trying to recollect, what we have done is we have created external message definition, then we have created collaboration message definition. Okay, so we have created external message definition and duplicate a collaboration message with a new XSL file, right? Coming back to the trading partner, we are using this as a trading partner, only one trading partner, which is not, I'm not using the service provider one. I'm just using this trading partner without service provider. Now, if you see, earlier I have created with OAGIS process, which is the seeded one. I've changed that to inactive and created the new one pointing to XXOAGS with a new XSL format. Yeah. Okay. Once you have done this, you can create a PO. So this is what exactly I did. I just created a PO. That PO landed here. After PO got approved, it has created, you can see the timing, it has created out the last one, 3001. So it has got details, configuration, delivery methods, original message, transfer message. And if you see my original message, it will have attribute 1, which is this is attribute supplier information. And if you see my transform message, oh sorry, like I closed that accidentally. If you see my transform message, this is the message which is going out to the customer or to the sorry, like I was changed. Right, so this is the one actually which is going out to the supplier. Okay, now if I just wanted to show you what I've done in the past, like before making the changes. Now, if you click on this one, the same thing, it was coming from the seeded XSL file. I click on that one, you won't find attribute 1. Yeah, you won't find attribute 1. Okay. So this is what exactly I wanted to demonstrate. How do you customize? How do you change your How do you add attributes on the purchase order data model? How do you pass on to the B2B message to the supplier? Hope you liked my session. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe to my channel. Thank you.